Ever feel like you're doing everything you can, but you can be getting more help, but you don't really enjoy asking for help, or you don't really enjoy when others come and help you? I am here because I'm being called to do this video in English. And if you want to learn how to be more feminine, stay, because I have the real tea. I have the real secrets on how to become more feminine. I recommend you stay. If you identify yourself with the kind of woman that thinks that can do all of it, she's the breadwinner, she's making a lot of money, the type of woman that if she has a goal, she'll make it happen no matter what. If you identify yourself with this type of woman, please stay in the video, because I assure you, if you're in your feminine energy, but just integrating some of these qualities that feminine energy just nourish, you are going to be the most fulfilled woman on earth. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Greta. I've taken courses from psychologists, psychiatrists, scientists, and I've created this channel to share my knowledge and also share my life experience. The first thing we're going to talk about is, if you have pains in the back, one of the reasons may be that you think that you have to do it all. One of the reasons may be that you have too much in your plate and you should be either delegating or either getting some help, which clearly you have taken on too much. One of the first qualities is that feminine women are so in their body. What do I mean? Usually when I'm doing these types of videos, I'm like, oh, you should be in your body. But what does that even mean? If you don't meditate, if you don't work out, if you do, amazing, because you know what I mean when I say be in your body, not in your head. When I say be in your body, if you don't know what that means, one of the first steps you should look into are the Kegel exercises. You basically just start breathing from your womb up. When you start doing that, I've been doing this for the past 10 years. I was introduced with those exercises since I watched the show, but anyway, that's not the case. If you want to be in your body, one of the first things you can do in order to feel in your body, you can start with the Kegel exercises. Look into it. If you know what it means, if you don't know what it means to breathe in to your womb. You should also look into this video if you can't manage to find the right guy. Maybe you're too controlling. What do I mean by too controlling? Maybe you get upset littlest things. Let's go back and let's talk a little bit more further into what's intuition. Woman that is in there, that believes in her intuition, doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter their opinions. She's true to herself and she's going to do whatever her gut is telling her to do. If you are very within this quality, if you identify yourself with this quality, this means that you listen to your gut, you listen to the signs that the universe is telling you, but it's really just listening to your body. It's those or sounds that your body makes. It's not a voice in your head, no. Just those sounds that your body is telling you, like agreeing or disagreeing with whatever it is that it's going on right now. Being in your intuition, it means that you're gonna say no to that guy who's clearly not into you. You're not gonna continue to approach a guy who's not that interested in you, because you're not that type of woman. You're just in the flow. If you have been in your masculine energy, if you're single, you know exactly what I mean by when I say that you're in your masculine energy, because you need to provide for yourself and you also need to see your finances. You need to have a container within each area in your life. So either if you're single, money, expenses, you have a container for everything that has to do with expenses, finance, savings, vacations, treatments, those monthly treatments that a woman needs: manicure, pedicure, makeup, all of this, food. Yeah, you're gonna have a container for money, and then you're also going to have a container for relationships, friends, and then you're gonna have a box for relationships of love, for example. Maybe your container is not that advanced. When I'm talking to you and I'm telling you this, pick one of these boxes that you need to work on, because everybody has to work on something. Personal growth is a constant learning experience, and you're never going to finish, otherwise you wouldn't be here. We're all human and we all make mistakes. With that being said, you're going to pick one of these boxes that you need to work on. For example, with love, you haven't managed to attract the correct guy. You're a very successful woman that makes a lot of money, or decent amount of money, but you're just too controlling. Maybe you're afraid to get hurt. You can't manage to open your heart for other people, for other men. A masculine woman is a woman who is constantly telling a guy what to do. She's not within her body. She's just running through a list of things that she has to do in order to get her day accomplished. I don't say not to do that, but have a balance in your day to look inwards, to ask yourself what it is that you truly want right now. What are your desires? For example, if you love to dance and it makes you feel sensual, go and have a dance class every day, or maybe 3 times a week. You are your best judge. I can only tell you so much examples. Whatever you think is best for you, resonate, do it. One of the few practices that can really tune into your feminine energy is when you go into your body, go inward, meditate, for example. Meditations can be hard, but give yourself a break. All of the brain learns from repetition. So give yourself a break. Do the thing multiple times. Don't give up on the first time that didn't work. Give yourself time, and at least a month, to see if you have made some type of improvement. Maybe you can identify and feel your body more since you're dancing, then since you've been taking dancing classes, or maybe if you've been doing yoga, or maybe you've been doing meditations. Give yourself time to look inward and ask yourself something that has helped me a lot. It's not so much with intuition. This is more of like awareness of my brain. Journaling has helped me so much. I feel like this video has been long overdue. The second quality that I want to talk to you guys about is creativity. It kind of goes along with what I was saying about doing something that makes you feel creative, but creativity is when a woman is not creative, it's because she's not in touch with her nature. If you can literally create a human being, this is one of the most magical things a woman can do. You can amplify your creativity, and when you do certain things that make you feel more creative. What does that even mean? Just pick up a pen or a pencil, coloring pencils, to draw something. Just let your hand guide. Don't put too much thought. When you're creative, it means when you're just in the flow of the present moment, and you just continue to do whatever it is that you are born to do. It's whenever you lose the notion of time. It's whenever you just start writing and you just can't stop. Whenever you dance, or when you're creating a recipe, when you're creating something, wherever it is, there's just so many things and so many ideas that can be a fruit of creativity. The next quality that I want to talk to you guys about is communication. Communication is so important, and many of us don't know how to do it. Many of us are just lost in regards to communication. Like, we complain how we're not understanding each other, and it is because women and men do not think alike. They think a certain way to find solutions, to resolve problems, kind of the same thing, and to tell stories. Whenever we talk about, we don't have to have a certain solution. When we talk, we kind of just want to connect with the other person. What happens when a woman is talking to a guy she wants to connect with? Maybe this woman, Sarah, she is talking to her boyfriend about her being stressed at work and she cannot stand being there anymore because her boss puts too much pressure on her. Imagine her boyfriend, he is looking for a solution. He tells her, Sarah, why don't you just quit? I take care of everything. Either way, this diminishes all of Sarah's hard work. Even though she's stressed at the moment, she does not want to leave her job because she enjoys what she does. When we're communicating with a man, think about what it is that you want to do. Is it because you just want to clear your head? If you need to clear your head, go write in your journal or talk to a girlfriend because she's going to understand you better than a man. Unless you want to tell him right off the bat, hey, I just want to tell you something, but I don't want you to give me any solution. I just want to share how I feel. And yeah, sometimes this transaction of telling a guy a story, we want the guy to just read our minds and understand us. Men and women do not think alike. This is the reason why we must learn how the other thinks in order to communicate better, in order to understand each other better. So if you want to communicate better with your guy, just keep in mind that they look for solutions. They want to tell stories. Men don't talk to connect. Okay? As a woman, we talk to connect. Another advice that I must touch on the subject of communication is assuming. Do not assume whenever you're in a conversation. Do not assume whenever you are in a relationship. I think this falls into every relationship, not only girlfriend and boyfriend, wife and husband. This goes with friends. This goes with family. Stop creating mental stories in your mind. Stop assuming the other person is out to get you. Usually, when you're thinking this way, whenever you're assuming things, it's because you have a wound. Maybe you have a perception that people are out to get you. The world is against you. That's why you think that you start assuming things. The only person you can truly understand is yourself. And whatever it is that you see in other people is only a mirror of you. How are you going to grow within you if you cannot take responsibility on your actions and the way that you're communicating? If you're not communicating correctly, don't expect people to understand you. Take action on whatever it is that you want to do with other people. Another quality of feminine energy is being empathetic. Being empathetic is putting yourself in the other person's shoes, knowing the other person's perspective, or at least understanding it. Not having to agree with it, you just understand what the other person is going through. Being empathetic is when you're attuned to other people's feelings and fears and other people's almost energies too. You can almost hear what they're saying, but you can also sense their intentions. So being empathetic is amazing because you can put yourself in the other person's shoes. You can also understand their perspective and connect with the other person because you can truly empathize to whatever it is that they're going through, whatever is good or whatever is bad. So if it's something good, you'll be also cheering for whatever it is that they're celebrating. Whereas maybe have lost a family member, or maybe they have gotten into an accident, maybe you can feel very sadly for them too, because you can feel whatever it is that they're going through. You understand whatever it is that they're going through. Being empathetic is very important because when we are at work, for example, when we're at work, we put our emotions to the side. We can't manage to feel too emotional because we need to get something done. Even more if you're at an office where there is so much men energy and almost there's a lot of competition. There's a lot going on in an office because of the people that work there and etc. Whenever you're at work and you find yourself questioning others' feelings and emotions, just remind yourself that if you'd like to be empathetic, it'll really be truly attractive. Obviously, not in every case scenario, but if someone comments on how they're feeling bad, maybe you can do something for them. Maybe you can share some tea, some hot tea, and say, hey, maybe this can make you feel better. This can really show how empathetic you are, because you understand the other person's perspective, and you're also showing how they can feel better. Also, being empathetic is just almost agreeing or comforting the people that you love the most. If they're going through something, you can just comfort them, or simply a pat in the back or a hug if you know them well. Don't minimize whatever it is that they're feeling. When we're not attuned with our emotions and other people's emotions, we can come across hard, as if we had a shell on top of us, because we can't sense what other people is feeling. All comes along with a certain types of things that you do, with how you're behaving. Also, something very feminine is that we women can lower our voices, like in order to hear us. They have to come closer to us. So it's kind of inviting whenever we're talking to someone and we speak at a low tone. It's very intriguing, and also like, oh, what is she saying? Don't speak out loud and with your hands like this. It's just not attractive. Unless, of course, you're a speaker and you have to speak with your hands. Perfect. There's a certain way to do certain things. Or maybe you can be funny with your friends, and maybe you can talk all loud and make fun of people. But whenever you're in a date, you want to seem more attractive, more in your feminine energy. Don't be all loud, and don't be slapping fingers and slapping fingers and none of that stuff. It's just not pretty, Being in the feminine energy is truly a gift. So I thought I needed to share this, and of course I did. I don't know what I've been waiting so long to do this video in English, but if you like this type of video, please let me know, because I'll be doing more to share, this type of content. Okay. Also, a woman that is in her feminine energy, she doesn't need other people's approval. If you're constantly asking for approval, maybe you're not in that place to have a boyfriend. Maybe you're not in that place to have a husband. When a woman is so needy, it's almost, how can you be with a high value man when you cannot give whatever it is that you need? My boss ladies, they're gonna know to separate work and then love life. But don't get triggered whenever the guy that you're with picks up his phone. Maybe he's working. You can have also some rules if you're already in a relationship, but if you're not, don't talk about them. Just brush them off. It's like it didn't even happen. What it is that it's triggering you, that you're in that low vibe energy. It's not pleasant. Please know that it's not pleasant being around a woman that you have to that you have to tiptoe around her, almost walking on eggshells because you're not sure what it is that she's gonna get triggered at. That's not fun. Imagine that's exhausting. Even with friends, like, whenever a friend is almost hard to handle, you're not gonna want to be around her anymore. It's the same thing with a woman that is mad, constantly angry all the time. Don't do that. Stop. You're gorgeous. You have 2 eyes, you have 2 legs, arms, you're able to talk. You should be grateful for whatever it is that you have in order to grow within. This is all I have for today. Please comment down below or like the video. Okay, subscribe. Bye.